Let me just give you a brief overview of what I'm going to cover. The next 90 minutes or so is about transformational change management, and I'll talk about the difference between whole system, that's a word you're going to hear a lot, whole system transformation and continuous improvement or problem solving. I want to talk about sustainability. A lot of lean efforts do not sustain. And there are two key words that I'm going to use a lot, and that's alignment and adaptation. So we're going to talk about the components of your system. How do you think about the architecture of your system? Then we're going to take a break. Then I'm going to go through the methodology, and I'll walk you through 4 Ds, and they'll be easy to remember. They're discovery, dream, design, and develop. And that's just a simple way of thinking about the stages of doing whole system design. Then I'm going to share a case study in a healthcare organization, and the results from that, and then we'll have a Q&A. I've been doing organization change now for 40 years. If there's one thing I've learned, and if there's just one key principle I could sell to you, it's what I'll call the Habitat for Humanity principle. You know, Habitat for Humanity builds homes for disadvantaged people. But they learned a long time ago, you don't build a home and give it to the disadvantaged person. What you do is you find the disadvantaged person, and then you engage them in building the home. They must hammer nails. They must carry wood. And as they hammer nails and use the paintbrush, a sense of ownership comes over them. They feel like this house is really theirs. And guess what happens in the maintenance of that house and the maintenance of the community, the transformation of the community? Because they own it, and not just own it legally, they own it psychologically, they take care of it. This exact same thing is true in every organization transformation process. The first trick, it's not a trick really, is to engage as many people as possible in thinking about the ideal state versus the current state, and get them to put their fingerprints on it. Let's pretend that you've said, and your management team has consulted together on this, and you've said, okay, we really want to look at whether our organization is aligned to the external reality. We're adapting to the changing environment, changing technology, et cetera. And are we optimized in terms of our internal alignment? You know, are the teams, the skills, the hiring process, the information flow, all the forms of motivation, are all those aligned towards the same end, towards the same purpose? So let's just go through the 4 Ds here. Discovery, these are things you're going to discover. They're going to do the dream. And they're going to dream from the customer's perspective. What would be the ideal state? What would that look and feel like? They're going to think about that ideal state, and they're going to write that down. They're going to write down the ideal. And the social system of the organization starts with the work process and starts with creating that family unit. You can call it whatever you want. You know, I call it the family unit, the work team, the self-directed team. First, we're going to say, how do we optimize the performance of that team? How do we optimize their ability to make decisions, their ability to self-control, to manage themselves? When you deploy, you know, you have done what you think is the ideal state design, and then you set about implementing it. You'll never have it completely right. Just accept the fact you'll get things wrong.